your lines?
Yeah, I will.
All right, I think we are on the air now. And in a quick second, I'm going to have to hit pause on the Hangout page. Oh, wait, shoot. I'm going to make sure the Hangout page is good. Sorry, guys. I think we're good. All right. All right, cool. We are good to go. So, welcome to the Thursday Night Hangout. Really quick, Gabe, if you could mute your end real quick. I'm not sure if you know how to do that. But anyway, so welcome to the Hangout, guys. My name is Ryan Maynard, for those of you guys that don't already know who I am. And I've got a very exciting night tonight. We have an awesome, awesome team training. I'm actually probably more excited about tonight than I have been about any of our Hangouts in a very long time, because tonight is about the newbie, okay? Not just about the newbie that we have on right now, right here, but it's about you, okay? And before I get into the details, before I bring out the newbie that we got tonight that's killing it in his business, we're actually going to show you how to get up to 5 sales per day, but he actually, from what I understand, had like 10 sales in one day online with his primary company, and I'm super excited to bring him out, to have him show us how it's done. So first of all, for those of you guys, please log into the comments below. Feel free to log into the comments below. Let us know where you're coming from, maybe what country, province you're chiming in from, and that way you can also ask any questions that you have while we are on the Hangout. Okay, so this is the Tailored Lifestyle Team Hangout. All right, this is our team, and we want to provide as much value to you while you are in the journey of growing your online business. Okay, so really quickly, I've been in the online marketing industry for over 3 to 3.5 years. Okay, I definitely didn't have a massive guru show me how the ropes. I struggled, much like Gabe tonight, until I kind of grinded out, figured out how to build my online business. And so I've been full-time online for over the last 3 years. Okay, a lot of you on here probably already know that. And that's why I do these hangouts, to show you how you can build your business, leveraging different affiliate programs, online business opportunities, and affiliate marketing. Okay, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So I'm not going to talk any more about myself. Most of you guys have already heard enough about me. We also have Nick on the hangout too, but he's getting ready to do like a Facebook Live, and so I'm not going to bring him out right now. He's kind of doing his thing to get more people on the hangout. But what I want to do right now is not waste any more time and actually bring out Gabe here in a second. Before I do that, I want to acknowledge who's in the house. We got, let's see, I think that's Karina from Ontario, Canada. Let's see, Shalita from Savannah, Georgia. We got Heidi from Flagstaff, Arizona. We got Christian from High Point, NYC. I'm not sure what that name, but we got Atlanta, but from Venezuela. Okay, they're in Atlanta, but from Venezuela. So yeah, we're gonna have we got Rashad Fox. Not really sure exactly where he's from, but so if you guys want to go ahead, log into the comments, let us know where you're from. That way you can also answer any questions that you have. All right. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and bring out Gabe. Gabe, guys, listen, this dude that we have on the hangout right now, I'm super pumped because he's been online, I believe, less than 5 weeks. Okay, guys, let that set in real quick. He's been online less than 5 weeks, or around the 5-week mark, and he struggled for a really long time. Now, he's going to share a story, but I want to just kind of tell you a little bit of backstory. He struggled online for a very, very long time, okay? And he just kept plowing through, didn't give up, and now he's a brand new person, 5 weeks in, getting about 5 sales a day, even just had 10 sales in a single day for his primary business opportunity, and we're going to have him share how to do it. So with that said, come on, brother.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, perfect. Hey guys, like they said, my name is Gabe Reed. I'm actually from Georgia, so you guys from Georgia, shout out. Right now, I'm in Eugene, Oregon. This is where we live. Just graduated in June. Got my bachelor's in psychology, so I'm really excited about that. First in my family to graduate, so that was a huge milestone for me. Um, so to give you kind of a little backdrop on me, I'm married. I got two daughters, 2 years old, and my youngest will be 1 in October here. And when I graduated, it was a really hectic time in me and my wife's life. Went through a situation that kind of led to us having to rebuild our life from the ground up. We left a job, and then I got a job straight after graduated, and it was a nice job. It wasn't, it was a nice job, but it was just one of those things. I would go to work every day and sort of die a little on the inside. I don't know if anybody can relate. Like I call it, you clock in and then you count down. You clock in and then you go, okay, I got 7 hours and 59 minutes left. And I just go, I don't want to do that my whole life. Like I don't, I really don't. And so I literally ran into our business, which is Digital Altitude. My birthday was June 29th, and I saw it on somebody's Instagram or something on my birthday. So I checked it out, and I like waited a week because I was like, I don't know if this is a scam. Like, can I do this? I'm not sure. So I literally, if anybody has wrote a blog about Digital Altitude, I promise you that I've read it. I watched all the YouTube videos because I was just like, I don't know about this. It sounded so good, but I was like, man, I don't know. I just don't know if this is real. And so then I finally caved in. I was like, okay, it's $1. The dollar is refundable. And I watched so many videos, it seemed like there was just so much value in it. And so I just went ahead and did it. Very glad I did. The journey has been very up and down, but it's been amazing. And I love it because I've just gotten so much value. So went through the program. You get a coach, which is amazing. You can ask them questions, and they really take their time with you to make sure that you understand the program, you understand what you're getting yourself into. I love the coaches. I remember my coach, he was very straight up with me up front, and he made it, you like knew if this was going to be for you or not. And the more and more I did it, the more and more I fell in love with it. So fast forward to July 8th. Now, I'm a guy, I've always been this way. When I believe something, I go all in. If I really believe it, I go all in. Or if I really don't want to do it, then I really don't do it. And I just decided that, you know what, I cannot work that kind of job for the rest of my life. I just can't do it. It's an okay job. I'm doing good work, but I just hate my life. I hate 4 out of the 7 days of the week. And the other 3 days I'm too tired to, really do what I want. And so I decided to leave that job. And Digital Altitude was kind of separate from that, but you got to that's a very important part of the story because you got to understand that, like I said, I have a wife and 2 kids, and I don't know if anyone out there is married or have children, but I think one of the traps that we can fall into is that we can be very, very afraid that if we pursue our dreams and if we really go after it, that something's bad's going to happen to our kids. Something bad is, we're not going to be able to provide. And I've just been blown away by what's happened over the past month. I'm not going to sit up here and act like a guru, or I'm still not the guy who can make, $10,000 at the beach. I'm not that guy yet. But it's just been really, really amazing to see what has happened. And so when I jumped in, I started to promote like July 8th. That was like my first day I could really promote. And I just went all in. I was on Facebook, Twitter. I opened up a Periscope. I, open a second Instagram account, and I was just throwing money at advertisers. I was like, promote this, solo ads, PPC, like everything. I was just like, and I think in the first couple weeks, guys, I'm no joke, I might have spent over like $2,000 because I was like, let's make this happen, you know. And what happened at the end of that? Well, after that first week, I thought I was getting results. You know, I was on the leaderboard of another company that I promote, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, Gabe's doing so good." But the reality of it was, these paid advertisers I was using was sending me cold leads. If you don't know what that is, that's basically a lead that is unresponsive. And so I had this huge email list of cold leads, people who weren't buying, people who weren't really interested in the business or the product. I got scammed, you know. I've had to call, you know, 2 different advertisers and like demand my money back. Like that first couple of weeks was like brutal. And so then after that first couple of weeks, I go, you know, and we're living on credit. You know, I go like, man, like, I can't keep doing this. This is too expensive. But, and this is probably the part in the road that I think a lot of people, after you've spent some money and you've not seen the results that you want to see, this is kind of the part where you really got a decision to make. You can go like, okay, this is a scam. Forget this. This is not for me. I can't do this. You know, the upper people probably have, you know, something going on that they're not telling the rest of us about, you know, give into all that conspiracy theory. Or you can just remember why you did it. And I think for me, after that first week and a half, I just went, you know what, I didn't do this thing for, you know, the money right away. I did it because I wanted to be free. I did it because I wanted to have that freedom and flexibility to be able to spend time with my kids and my wife and these things. And so, and I kept remembering our business tagline. It says build a 6-figure income in 90 days or less. Not 9 days, not 9 weeks, 90 days or less. And so I said, okay, I at least got to grind this thing out for 90 days. I mean, I can't leave before the 90-day mark and then claim it was a scam. Like, I at least got to go hard for 90 days. And if I go all in for 90 days and nothing happens, okay, maybe I'll reevaluate my life choices. But I'm not doing anything before 90 days. And so that's another piece of advice I would give someone is set like a real long-term date where you're just going to say, regardless of results, good, bad, or ugly, I'm just going to go all in. And so I kept going, and it was about the time I reached out to Nick, and I was, you know, frustrated, and, you know, my leads nothing was coming from it, so I reached out to Nick, you know, and I said, hey, Nick, like, all these stories are the same. Every online marketer story is the same. I've watched all the webinars. It goes, I struggled for 2 years. Then I found, you know, the secret, the system, and now, you know, I make $10,000 in my sleep. And I said, okay, Nick, you've been online for a little bit. What's the secret? Like, I want to bypass 2 years of struggle. I don't have 2 years of struggle. I have 2 little girls. So how can I bypass the 2 years of struggle part, and how can I just get straight to the, you know, making $10,000 at the beach part? And he said, I'll never forget, it was a very short message. He replied back. He just said, fail faster. And I was like, well, I've been failing pretty fast. But he just said, fail faster. You just got to keep going. And, you know, you always hear people in the online space talk about massive action. You got to take massive action. And I finally understood that, like, massive action means trial and error. Like, you just got to keep going, try things. And so I just kept going, and I said, okay, well, here's the deal. I can't blow another $2,000 on advertisement, but I do want to make this thing work, and I do have a little bit of money. You know, I had a few $100s left. And so I said, you know, what should I do? You know, and so I said, okay, I'm going to try one cheap paid thing and one free method. And I said, well, I got over 2,000 friends on Facebook. I said, I'm going to try Facebook ads. And that first week of Facebook ads was a mess, you know. I mean, I was testing everything out. I don't know I don't even know how to flip my screen around, to be totally honest with you. Uh, if
If you
I
just pick up on that left side, there will be a little green button that says screen share.
screen share,
Do you see that?
It's like
yeah,
a
entire
green.
screen or Google Hangout.
Yeah,
Click on desktop. You want to share desktop. Do you see the where you can share
either
desktop?
one, desktop or whatever. It just
Can you guys see my screen?
yeah, you
Yeah,
got it.
yeah, you got
Okay.
it.
So I wanted to show you guys this. Sort of my ad manager, so you just guys can see like it's
Before we get into this,
yeah.
because you're about to show kind of what you've been doing to get the sales, right?
Well, yeah, I'm about to show like how like badly I failed.
Oh, I was
See
gonna
here.
say, once you
Yeah.
get ready to show the training, let's see who's ready. Who's ready to? First of all, who's ready to comment below if you're ready to see the training that Gabe's about ready to come out. If you guys are newbies, if you guys have maybe had some frustrations, comment below. I am ready. If you want to see, first of all, what he did wrong on Facebook, but then what he's doing now. So let's get a little bit of interaction here with the comments to see who's ready for this training. Okay, somebody's like, I'm so ready. All right, let's give it. Okay, ready. Okay. Got more people coming in here. I'm ready. All right, we got people saying I'm ready, ready, I'm ready. All right, cool. Let's go, or let's do. Oh, I think they're talking a different language. All right, go ahead. All right, we are ready to go, so let's kill it.
Cool. So I kind of wanted to show you guys what it was like those first couple weeks there, where for a little bit there I was running these ads. You can kind of see like how high the cost per engagement were. A few of these I got lucky on, but I had no idea what I was doing. You know, I got these test trials, and you know, I was spending like a lot of money on these things, and it just wasn't going well. Like I got in very little engagement. You can see like 16 people. I reached 1,000, 16. You know, I've reached 1,300, only 200. 19 people. Like it was just like, what is going on here? I don't understand why these
Hey, Gabe.
ads are failing. Yeah.
Can we zoom up a little bit? I don't know if that's possible. Can you is Zoom? What is it? Is it Command Plus? I think it is.
Is that better?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let's try hit Command Plus. Try it one more time. Yeah, actually back up a little bit. For some reason, that's fine. It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Sorry. But you can see I was just getting like very little engagement for a very, very long time. And honestly, I'm going to switch back here so you can see my face. Can you see my face? I don't know.
Yeah, we can see your face.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect. So honestly, it was just very, very discouraging. It was just very discouraging because I felt like I was taking advice, I was watching webinars, and it just wasn't working out. And but something happened about 2 weeks ago, about a week and a half, where after all the failure, after all the, you know, I mean, I would come home mad, frustrated. And you know what got me the most was I was like, I'm trying to make an honest living. You know, I'm trying not to deceive people. And I would see all these other people online they were deceiving people and making a killing. And I'm like mad because, you know, I'm like, I'm trying to make an honest living. I'm implementing these steps. I don't understand. Like, why is this not, I'm not even asking for like, you know, a lot of money. I just want money to pay my bills this month, you know. And then, like the next day, my internet got cut off at the house. So it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And so when my internet got cut off, I think for me, like that was where I like just decided, okay, this is going to work. I'm not going to let anything stop me. So I would come to Starbucks. I would wake up early, go to Starbucks. Right now I'm on campus at the university. And I just said, we're going to make this thing work. I don't care. Like, I have to figure it out. And so then this past week, it clicked for me. After all the different trying and all the different techniques, like, I finally found something that worked. And it was literally, I think it was about my 15th or 16th ad that I ran. But I finally, like, got it. I finally was like, oh, wow, like, this is how you do it. And now I know it's how I do it because I even, like, it was so funny after I made that post, like, a couple nights ago, I tweaked something and my results, like, dropped. And I said, yep, it was that, you know? So now I know, like, I got an understanding of it, and I feel like a great grasp on, you know, how to generate leads from, you know, Craigslist. That's another topic, but also Facebook ads. And so I just wanted to share that part of it with you guys because I think as inspiring as it is to hear a lot of top earners and they're showing you their income and it can be inspiring, I think sometimes you just gotta hear the hard reality and truth of the entrepreneurial life. You know, it is super glamorous at the end of the story, but the beginning is very difficult. It's very hard. You have to make sacrifices. My wife has had to make sacrifices. My kids. But we just decided we're just going to keep the faith. You know, we're going to keep believing that this is going to work out. We're going to keep believing. We're going to keep testing, keep trying, and I'm happy to say that we finally figured something out here. So that's sort of my story part of the situation. So very excited about that.
I love that.
Can we first all just like give a huge congratulations for that? 'Cause that is so damn inspiring. Like,
Dude, that's
everyone
awesome.
else-
I love hearing it. Like, I love hearing it like as it's happening, because like as what you said, there's a lot of like people or guru. Like I wouldn't even say that. Like Nick and I definitely like aren't like, you know, huge like 6-figure a month gurus or anything like that. But I mean, I guess our failure point, if you want to call it, where we didn't know what we were doing, was a while ago. But you are actually like in it, right? Well, you're coming out of it now, obviously, but and I think that's really cool that a lot of people can resonate with that might be on this hangout right now, that might be like everything that I know from when I was thinking what you're saying, I was like, man, that's everything that I felt. Yeah, you know, so that's legit.
Like, dude, like that is the reason that you are successful. Like, you talked about all the different challenges that came up. You had to go to Starbucks, your internet went out, whatever, everything and anything. And like I get messages from people sometimes, and they tell me that they're serious. They tell me that this is going to change their life. And they tell me all this stuff. And then they say, oh, actually I had one guy today. He said, oh, I didn't have a microphone on my computer, so I can't get connected with my coach, so I'm done.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between a successful person. You know, people can say they want it all day long, but you are successful because of your actions.
Yeah.
And it's just so damn inspiring. And like, dude, like I can't give you enough props. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, I remember talking to you and you a few weeks ago, and you seemed a little deflated just by the way you're talking with me. And then when I saw that post the other night when you're just crushing out sales, it's just like that's the shit that gets me fired up, and I just love that. So just continue on that momentum, and I'm really excited to see what everything you're doing. You're going to show us tonight. So again, I just wanted to congratulate you, man.
Thanks, man. I always tell people, like, I think the number one thing that keeps people from being successful is the path to success. Because the path to success is made to weed people who aren't meant to be successful. It weeds you out because it's so difficult. I mean, if it was as easy as going to the beach and collecting $10,000, everybody would be doing it. But there's a legitimate, and that's how I knew it was legit, because it was difficult. Like, I knew there was, okay, this is hard. It's got to be something to it. So, and that's my encouragement to anyone. Like, maybe yours isn't Facebook ads, maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's whatever, but keep working at it. And what's cool about the internet is it doesn't have to take 10 years now. You know, 10 years ago, it took 5, 6, 7 years with the internet and with all the knowledge that's out there. I mean, I was watching 2 or 3 webinars a day, and some people were like, "You're not taking action." I said, "Yes, I am. I mean, these guys know what they're talking about. I'm going to watch what they're doing." I mean, I was sitting in, you guys know, I was sitting in this webinar, what, 4 weeks ago asking questions, you know? And that I said, if they got knowledge, I want it, and I'm just going to go apply whatever I can apply. So, yeah.
All right. Good stuff, brother. All right. So, all right. We got a quick, I want to address something. We got something in the comments. Someone says, I can't understand it. All I understood is that before it actually works, I also had to like spend $2,000 more or less to succeed, question mark. Correct me if I am wrong, okay? Well, I'll talk about that really quickly, okay? So within digital altitude, okay, there's different product levels. We have anything from low ticket all the way up to high ticket products, okay? Because the way that you're going to generate an income online is that you either have to create your own products or you have to sell your own services or whatever that is. You have to sell a product or service online. And what Digital Altitude does, what Michael Force has done, is he's actually packaged up different products at various levels, okay, anywhere from products or different digital marketing and business masterminds. And he's allowing you to tap into the affiliate side of that to resell it, okay? So at the very basic level, at the entry level within Aspire, aka Digital Altitude, it's a $37 per month, and then at that point you can earn anywhere from, I believe it is 40 to 45% commissions from that $37. So around 14, 16 bucks, okay? So at that point, when you work with the coaches, again, you're going to work with the coach anywhere from step 1 through 18. And yes, as you work with the coach and as you start going through the training, the coach is going to recommend higher product levels, okay? Our next product level, one of our product levels and one of the most popular products inside of Digital Altitude, one of the most products, I'm not saying it's the most popular, but it is the Rise package, okay? And that is a $2,000 or higher, a $2,000 ticket or a higher ticket product. Do you have to buy it? No, you don't have to buy it, okay? If you buy it, it's going to allow you to get just that much more value that you can apply to your business, whether that's Digital Altitude or any business, and you're also going to up your earning potential, okay? So do you need to buy it to have, success? In my personal opinion, I would recommend that you do buy it, okay? Do you need to? No, you don't have to buy it. You want to come in, educate yourself, and then when you can, buy it as soon as you possibly can, not only for the information, but of course, obviously for the income potential, okay? So, if you come in and purchase that, you can definitely make some good cash. So I just want to address that question. I know I kind of went on a little bit of a tangent there, but that's what this live hangout's for, is to answer questions, and that's why you guys are here right now. So we can answer, if you guys want to go ahead and actually hold your questions till the end of the webinar. We'll answer questions. For anybody that does want to join our Digital Altitude team, I'm just going to say this now before Gabe gets into the training, but there should be a button below this video. Okay, there should be a button below this video right now to join our Digital Altitude team for $1. Again, you can get started for $1. You get your own coach. You can start going through the training, going through the system of Digital Altitude, and you can decide whether or not this is a good fit for you. Okay, so again, if you don't see the button below this video right now, please refresh this page, and there will be a button that will pop up, and you can go ahead and actually sign up on our team as we're doing the hangout. So you can have both windows up, and obviously sign up as we go. So if you don't see it, go ahead, refresh this page, and get started on our team, and we will obviously congratulate you while we are here, for anybody that decides to join. So With that said, Gabe, if you want to go ahead and actually get started with with whatever else you want to talk about, whether you want to finish your story or get into the training. So just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just want to get to some because I know people Facebook ads is a really popular thing because Facebook has over 1 billion users and it's not going anywhere. And so I'm just going to give a couple practicals and sort of what clicked for me, and hopefully it'll get some wheels turning for you, because I think too often what happens is we can look for someone just to tell us what to do. And while that's good and you need real practicals, I always tell people when I'm qualifying people for the business, because I don't work with everyone necessarily, but when I'm qualifying people, it's very important that you understand, like, this is a real business and you have to approach it that way. And so you got to go into it with a certain mindset. And so you got to own it. It's yours. You drive it. I'm not letting although I obviously we leverage the system, the sales team, the coaches of Digital Altitude, the brand, the face, that's mine, and I own that, and so I really try to make that work. So I'm going to flip my screen around here and sort of show you guys the one ad that really broke for me, and it really helped me out. And she's actually on here tonight, Christiana. So she's down there somewhere. She can say hi or something. But I asked her if I could help her with her Wealthy College Kid brand. So she's the one who kind of came up with this. And the whole idea behind our brand is, and I can attest to this, I was a broke college student. I graduated college with like $45,000 of student loan debt, which I'm going to pay off with Wealthy College Kid. But the idea behind it is that, there's no reason why, especially in the 21st century, why you have to be broke and go to school. And so that's our brand. That's our target market, college kids. And so she made a post one day on Facebook, and it was really good. And it was really her kind of talking about her experience in Digital Altitude. And so, and this is her picture. And so one of the things that I want to, if I could counsel anybody in, is start with your target market. Our target market is very clear from our brand. It's wealthy college kid, right? So if you are either not in college, you automatically know, and this is something I learned from the Rise training. I always tell people that too. Like, if you're at Rise, actually go through the training courses. Don't just get to Rise and then just start promoting. No, watch the stuff. And so you can tell, like, this is our target market, college kids. And so so she wrote a little post about being in college, and then I took that and I kind of went off on that about how Digital Altitude has helped her achieve this lifestyle that she talked about. 3.5 GPA, penthouse, no loans, no debt, good credit, 6 figures online, 12 months. And so I sort of talk about how Digital Altitude has helped her do that. And I basically list 3 reasons why people should join. One, we're hooking college kids up with a business coach. We put you in a community. This is very important, because how many people go off to college and they have no friends? It's even worse for an entrepreneur, because if you want to start a business, I even put a little stat here, 48% of Americans believe they should start a business, but only 13% do. I mean, that's staggering if you think about it. Like, half of the country thinks that it would be better for them to own their own business, but only 13% of those people actually have the guts to do it. I believe that number is higher with a younger generation who really want to start their own business. And so wouldn't it be great if you were in a community of like-minded people who also wanted to start their own business and be an entrepreneur? And then I talk about the system, how, hey, you actually have to have a system if you want to be successful. And so knowing my target audience, right, I also looked at our picture and I said, okay, who would relate to this picture? Because Facebook is not a marketplace or a mall. Facebook is a social media site, so you don't go on Facebook to be sold anything. You go on Facebook to socialize. So based on my copy, based on the picture, who would most likely want to socialize with her in the picture or with the person writing this? And for me, it obviously came to mind that any young African American woman would would totally love this, and that's who I decided to target for this one. And targeting is super important because what I used to do, and this is sort of one of the mistakes I made with Facebook ads, I would take a picture like this and I would just throw everybody in it. You know, men, women, young, old, you know, and I would put in all these different keywords for targeting and nothing would happen. And the reason why nothing happens is because if you give Facebook too much information, they're not going to know who to send your ad to. By getting specific, but also to the point, you know, you help Facebook know, okay, this is who you want to target. Also, when I do ads, I do it for engagement because, like I said, social media, it's a social media site. And so I said, hey, leave a give me access in the comment section and let's get you in today. So the call to action is, hey, come engage with us. Start a relationship with us and we'll get you in the door here. And as you can start to see, up to this point, 44 people liked it, 4 people shared it, and 16 people are commenting, hey, give me access, give me access. And so these are hot leads. These are people that we reach out to, we connect with, we talk to, and then I send them my link. I see them through my sales funnel. When I made a tweak the other night, for some reason it restarted it. So
Hey,
that 16...
yo,
Yeah.
we can't. I played the video. We can't see your screen.
Uh-oh.
Hmm. Dang. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to see his screen right now. Um, Thanks for letting us know. I'm not sure how long it's been like that for, but
Training courses.
okay. Try it again. Try sharing your screen again if you can.
Okay, I'll redo it. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you now. When you share your screen, hit desktop. When you click the green share screen and hit desktop, and it'll try it again.
Does that work?
I can see your screen now. I just want to make sure. Like I could see your screen on my end on the panel,
Okay.
but I don't. So that's why I didn't notice it. But when I went and saw it on the Hangout page, I couldn't see your.
Can everybody else see it, or?
I could see your screen on my end on the panel,
Okay.
but I don't. Let me. All right. Let me see here. All right. If you want to go back to. See, go back to Facebook here. I'm waiting for it to update on the Hangout page here. I think you're good now. Yeah, you should be good to go.
All good?
Yes, sir. You're good.
Okay. And so I just kind of wanted to show you guys that part there where it kind of showed you, you know, how I do it. I go for engagement because, like I said, this is a social media site, so I want people to engage with us. I want them to come and like the page. And different things will happen. Not only will you get sales from this or sign-ups, but people will come and they'll like your page, and they'll like other pictures on your, you know, on your page, and they'll share it with their friends. And so one of the mistakes I'll show you, and if you don't know what Facebook ads are, this is like the back office of it.
Yeah, if you could actually just like run through this from the beginning as if we were
Okay.
trying to teach your grandma or something, or
Yeah, no worries.
second grader how to do Facebook ads.
Yeah, no worries. So if I go back out now, number one for Facebook ads, you do need a business page.
Or a fan page.
Yeah, a fan page. So everyone's popping up here. And so I have like 3 myself. And so you can just go over here to Ad Manager, right over here on the left side. It's like right under your news feed. And it'll take you to your dashboard. This is what I love. They really break it down for you, so you know exactly how much money you're spending every day. You know what kind of cost you're getting, and this green button up here, create ad, right? So I'm going to run you through not what to do, because I've seen so many videos where they tell you what to do and then you go try to do it and you don't have the same results and you're like, why did that happen? So I'm going to show you what not to do. Um, Now you can decide how you want to do it. You can do for conversions, send people to your website. I initially was doing this, and in my experience, that got me nowhere. So it may just be how I was running it, send people to your website or increase conversions to your website. For me, I've gotten nowhere with that. I don't really mess with this one because the collect leads for your business, because in digital altitude you already have a funnel, a lead system, and so you don't really, if someone clicks on your website, they're going to give you their email and become your lead. So I like to stay over in here where it talks about boosting your posts. Now, a post is exactly what it sounds like. You go on your fan page, business page, and you write a post, and then you have the option to boost it, which basically means broadcast will get this out to more people. And so if you click on boost here, you can name it, I'll just leave it as, yeah, I'll leave it as that because I'm not really going to make one. And you can decide all these things. Now, here's a great example of what not to do. It's got it saved for me. Thank you, Facebook. So as you're targeting, this is super, super important for targeting. This is okay. You know, maybe you want to target all the buying countries. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But this is where you got to be careful. So you see here I put 18 to 38, both men and women. That's kind of broad, right? And then I did languages for some reason, UK, US. Again, it's like, okay. And so, but what Facebook is going to do is it's not specific enough, because now Facebook can say, okay, I'm going to find a man in Canada who speaks UK English or US English. It's sort of hard to play with it for them. And then what I also would do, this is wrong, so this is a great example of what not to do. I kind of overfilled the box here. So I got network marketing, then I got a few, you know, a big popular name here, you know, Network Marketing Pro, Advocare. All this is too much for Facebook. So what Facebook might do, it says, and you can read it, include people who match at least one of the following. And so Facebook may send a 27-year-old woman to who likes network marketing. They may send a 19-year-old man who likes Advocare, and it's just too broad. So you really got to get it down. If I was going to redo this, I would probably take Network Marketing Pro off, take him off, take Network Marketing off, take these two off, and really get kind of specific, like where do I want this to be, and maybe I bring this down a bit. And what's cool about this is, like I said, this is your business, so who do you want to work with? Who are you trying to speak to? You know, maybe for myself, like I said, I'm 27, so maybe I bring it down to, you know, 28 and 21. And I just say, okay, I just want to target men. That is very specific. Like, this gives Facebook, like, okay, they know exactly where to go. If you don't tell Facebook exactly where to go, then they're going to take it to what they think best, and that's not what you want. You want to tell them, okay, this is the exact person I want you to send my ad to, right? If you want it even narrower, you can. But that's a little fancy. And you can keep going here. You can decide where you want it to be placed at. Do you want to show up just on phones? Do you want it to be on Instagram? Now, the thing about doing it on Instagram is you got to be mindful of your image size, because if your image is out of ratio, like that ad that you saw, that didn't get displayed on Instagram because it's out of ratio. But if you want it on Instagram, if you want people to see it when they're on their laptop or computer, if you want people to see it, you know, on the right side, which I do, but hardly anybody ever. I never look at those things on the right side. I don't know about you guys. Uh, kind of mobile devices, if that matters for you. You can set a daily budget. Now, with daily budget, never start more than $5. You know, don't do anything more than 5. The reason why, I used to get in here and I used to go like, okay, I want to reach a bunch of people, $50 right off the bat. And I would spend a bunch of money because I thought, oh, look, I'm going to reach 4,000 to 10,000 people a day. For sure, someone's going to sign up. No, that's not going to happen. You need to test it out. If you get specific and you spend a little bit of money and you tell your ad exactly where to go, it'll go there. You can decide if you want it just to continuously run forever. If you want to set an end date, you can do that. And this is important, like what kind of posts, what do you want to be optimized for? Engagement. You can do impressions, so deliver it to as many people as possible, unique people, you know, so the same people won't see it. So you can decide, you know, all these different things, how you'll be charged. So you keep going here. This is helpful, this audience definition, because it will tell you, okay, are you too broad or are you too specific? And you can do both. You can be way too specific that is best for like one person. But if you're too broad, like I said, I try to keep this number. I want it in like the tens or hundred thousands, maybe millions, depending on how my target, who I'm targeting. But if you're in, you know, the tens of millions, you're probably way too broad, and Facebook's not going to know what to do with that. You keep going, you know, and like I said, we're boosting a post, so I can pick whatever post that I want to boost. You know, I got a video, we got a post there, and I can decide if I want to do any of these posts that we have. If I have, like I said, another business page, I can go over here and promote this, and you'll be able to see it, you know. You'll be able to see the different ones. So let's say I want to let everybody know that I'm married. You know, just put that out there. You know, and you can see how it's going to look. You can, if you're boosting a post, you can't come back here and edit the text. That's only if you're creating a new ad. But I like it because you can go back here, see how it's going to look. Like this is how it looks on the phone. This is how it's going to look on Instagram, on the right side, all this stuff. So, but the biggest points in Facebook ads is your picture, your copy, and that was very difficult for me. And the reason why it was so difficult for me is because I like to write. Can you guys see my face now? No? Okay.
See, you know.
So I like to write, but I'm like a terrible proofreader. And so I would write this amazing copy, what I thought was amazing, but it was missing words, misspelled things. And so the picture, what you write, I'm a big fan of writing stories because, like I said, this isn't a mall. People don't get on Facebook to be sold. They get on Facebook to make connections, so you got to connect with your audience. And then the targeting is going to be super important. You want to tell Facebook, this is exactly where I want you to send my ad. You should have one specific person in mind, and you get in that targeting and you tell Facebook who that person is. So I told Facebook with that particular ad, I want it shown to young African American women. And I actually started in one state. I said my state because I wanted to work with people in Georgia. And so I said even in Georgia. And so even if you targeted that specifically, you guys saw, I mean, in 3-4 days, we got, you know, nearly 20 people engaged in that and people, you know, signing up for Digital Altitude. But that's because I told him this is the exact person that I want to see the ad. And so that's what I eventually learned. Like I said, that came over time. And even though I'm giving you all this stuff, and I know because I've sat in webinars like this and watched trainings, you may go try to do it, and it might not work. That doesn't mean it doesn't work. That means you haven't figured out your specific thing yet. Keep going, and I'm telling you, it will eventually come. You'll eventually get it. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love that. I love that a lot, man. Yeah, I like how you're saying how specific you're getting. I mean, I learned a lot, from just this as well, and I know that a lot of even newer people on here are gonna love this too. I didn't see the ad. Not sure exactly.
Maybe I
Um,
could. Did you want me to show you the ad?
um, yeah, I think I saw the ad. I'm not sure.
Let me
I guess.
switch around back here again.
Uh,
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
here. Yeah, we can.
This was the ad we used. So it's her. She's giving a little bit of testimonial. I came in and wrote, why the system is so amazing, and then told people to leave in the comment section to give me access. Another little pointer is as people were saying give me access, I would go in and I would reply to them, and I would also like their what they comment, because you want to pull people back to the ad, because as you pull more people back to the ad,
I'm seeing my face right now, so.
oops, sorry. Let me get it back on me because I wanted to. All right, I'm back.
Yep.
As you pull people back to the ad, they're going to re-engage in that post, and as they re-engage in that post, Facebook's going to say, oh, this ad is doing good. More people need to see it. And so Facebook wants your ad to do good. I thought Facebook was like against me because I wasn't paying it enough. No, Facebook wants your ad to do well, because if your ad does well, that means people are engaging and people are using Facebook. So that's why I like the comment, have people leave a comment, and then I go back and comment, and then I go back and like the comments and pull people back in. Even something that I did today on one of my ads was I went back, and you'll have people who will like it or love it, but they won't leave a comment. So what I did was I took all those people who liked my ad, and I went back and tagged them in a comment and said, hey guys, thank you so much for the support. If you want access, just let me know. And so because they're tagged in it, that's going to pop up. It could pop up on their timeline. It could pop up just in their notifications, and it's going to grab more people's attention. And it was amazing. I mean, even though that was only targeted to women, we still had 3, 4, 5 guys who engaged in that post. And one guy even asked for access on another post on our fan page. And so it's really amazing how it works. So if you're going to do it, I definitely advise go the engagement route, because Facebook is not a mall. This is a social media site. And another thing about Facebook ads is that it may take some time, right? You're not going to post the ad and then 3 minutes later start seeing results. Because remember, somebody may have saw that on their phone on their lunch break, and then they go to work for 4 hours, and then they come back and see it. And so it's going to take some time, but it'll start building momentum. And so we're going to run this ad for a really long time because it's picking up momentum, and that's what you want. You want an ad to pick up momentum, because as it picks up momentum, Facebook will automatically get it out there. And they'll tell you, we want to get it out there. They'll tell you, hey, your ad's doing 90% better than other ads. Put some more money in so we can get it to, 1,000 or 3,000 more people a day. So that's one thing I would say about that as well.
Yeah, I actually had a question myself. I was so I guess like, are you sending people directly to your own custom digital altitude lead capture page from the Facebook ad, or I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you covered that. Maybe I missed.
Oh, no, no, I didn't. That's a great question. Yeah, I send people directly to my sales funnel, my digital altitude, um, my capture page, and then, the video sales letter.
Okay, so you have your own custom lead capture page that you use in your own like
Yeah,
funnels.
yeah. When in the midst of all and that's the cool thing about going through the struggle is you'll learn things. I kind of learned how to do a capture page. So.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I was kind of wondering um, that as well. So in your ad, you do engagement, you send them to your own custom funnel. With your ad copy, I know you kind of went over the example with your friend there.
Hmm.
Did you use some? You said you like. Did you actually use that picture and copy for your own ad, right? For digital altitude.
Yeah. So what actually happened was she posted something, and I said, "Man, this is really good." And I just asked her, "Hey, can I use this?"
Yeah, yeah,
And so it was like a testimonial, so to speak.
yeah,
So that's how we kind of ran it. Like, this is her giving her testimonial of her experience, and then I wrote a little copy about the system and digital altitude itself, and then kind of sent people say, it's like one of those. Here are the results. This is why the results happen.
yeah.
And so that's how we ran that ad. And so I think it was very powerful
Hmm.
because people can look at her and go like, man, I want to be, when I get out of college, I want no debt. How did that happen? Well,
Yeah,
here, and it tells you how it happened. And
right.
and now if you want that, here's what you can do.
I
So it's a
like
very
that.
powerful effect.
I like that. Yeah, that's good. That's
That's
really good.
awesome stuff, man. I definitely learned a lot here too because um, we did a little bit of Facebook advertising on the last hangout last week. That was some stuff that was working for me, but just a few of the things, especially like getting really a lot more targeted, that's definitely helped me out because like I was targeting people anywhere from like 21 to 55 and men and women. So like obviously that was way too broad. So, thank you. That has really helped me. I had a couple questions too, and if anybody else has any questions down below, I mean, obviously Gabe is a master at this, so if you want to pick his brain, definitely ask some more questions. But I was just curious, like, what kind of numbers are you shooting for with the engagement, and how long do you let an ad run before you decide if it's something that you want to continue to run or shut down and start a new one?
So I always let it go for about 3 days.
$5 a day.
Yeah, $5 a day. I leave it at $5. Let it go 3 days, and obviously, if it's profitable, like if I've spent $15 and I've signed, 15 people up, I'm going to keep it. Let's say I spent $15 and I signed 7 people up, then I'm not going to mess with it, but I'm just going to let it run another 5 days because it's starting to pick up that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And as we know, like momentum is everything in this space. When someone gets momentum, I mean, it's amazing what happens. And so I'll let it go. The only time I'll kill it is if it's like very unprofitable. Like I've been letting it run for a week, and I've gotten like little to no like engagement. And like I said, that's why I optimize for engagement because engagement's going to tell me a lot. Even if people aren't necessarily asking, well, no, that's the engagement you're asking for. Hey, give me access. So if people aren't leaving that, then I know that, okay, this is not hitting the mark. People aren't looking at this and going, this is something I want to do. So you got to you got to take time, and it takes patience. It's not going to happen overnight.
So
But once the momentum goes, it's amazing.
Sure.
do you have a link that you actually have in the ad that people are clicking on? Or are you asking for that engagement and then shooting them a link, or?
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
don't I don't put the link in the ad on
Mm,
an ad like that. When I'm boosting a post, I don't put the link in the ad because I want to know who actually wants it. Like I want to know, okay, who is serious about this? Even right before I hung or got on here, I was helping a couple of the young ladies who signed up, and they were asking me questions, and we've been, I'm trading them, information I got, and so I don't put it in there because it also gives me an opportunity to engage with the ad. And every engagement counts on Facebook, even your engagement. You know,
Sure.
so I want to put as much engagement as this as possible, because Facebook goes, oh wow, people are responding to this, so let's keep it going.
That's really good. Yeah, we're kind of taking up a lot of the questions ourselves personally. We got people down
We're
here
getting
asking all
stuck
kinds of
there.
questions. um,
But
I
seriously, Gabe, like, thank you so much for sharing
yeah,
this. Like,
Yeah,
most
no
people don't
problem.
share these type of secrets that you're
yeah.
sharing.
Most people are not the yeah, exactly. So I guess if we got a question here, do you need a large social media following to convert these ads into sales slash commissions?
Is that for me?
Go for it.
No, I think our page has, when I first became an admin of the page, I think we're right around 120 people liked it. Now, since I started running ads, we're about at 175. So you don't need a huge following. Like I said, with Facebook, with social media, it's all about momentum. So it's going to be very, very slow at first. You're not going to see a lot of stuff. But as you go, and that's my goal for our brand site, is I want to get this thing to 500 likes, because that means every time I post something, it comes up in 500 people's timeline. And when it comes up in 500 people's timeline, if they like it, they'll like it, or if they'll share it, they'll share it. And so, no, you don't need a lot. I mean, like I said, we have 100-something people who like our page, but yet in the past 3 days, even on this Hangout, I just checked my phone, another person liked our page and another person commented on that ad, even while I was doing it. So we're up to like 21 people who are like asking to come in.
Yeah, that's actually really good. Well, I mean, you're paying. I mean, it's paid advertising, so you're paying for the audience anyways. But again,
Yeah.
I mean, the more organic, the more likes and stuff you have on your page, I mean, that definitely helps too.
Yeah.
Someone says, so you shared your post. Okay, so you shared her post on your fan page, then boosted that shared post. Someone says.
No, no, no. So we are both admins of that fan page. So it's both of ours. So I saw a post on her wall, and I said, like, she put something on her Facebook, and I said, oh, I think this will actually be good. And so I just talked to her. I said, hey, can we use this? She said, go for it. And then we did it. And then I created a post. So I copy pasted what she did, edited it a little bit, because we're going to be giving it to the masses, and used the same picture, and then we boosted it from there, because we're both admins of that page.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay. The next question. Again, if anybody has any other questions, yeah, definitely post your questions below. That's why we do these live hangouts. I mean, Gabe could easily do a screen share training video or something like that. But again, the reason why we do these live is so he can not only show you what he does live, but you can also, ask myself or Gabe what any questions that you have. Because that was the biggest thing for me when I was new. I just wish I freaking had someone there to like answer questions, like small things, like when I'm creating a lead capture page, like, how do I get them to go to my sales page after they opt in? What's a thank you? You know what I mean? Stuff like
Yeah.
that. So, yeah, if anybody has any questions, definitely post them below. So the next questions we have here from Grant. If you are a fairly new member and are using a new Facebook fan page, how do you gain people's trust so they engage and join you?
I think, excuse me. I think just remember, I said it a few times, like, it's very casual. This is Facebook, It's not the mall. Just be you and speak to your. One advice I got is, when you're doing anything, speak to one person. Like, that ad was meant for one person, not for 50, not for 10,000. It was meant for one specific person. And you'd be shocked. Because what happens is you share a little bit of your life, or you share a little bit about why you love the system, and you kind of frame it properly. And what will happen is that someone will go, oh man, I connect with that too. One of the things that really hold a lot of us back is we think no one can relate to our story, our life. I mean, I put that thing up on, even on mine, how I got on this, I was just sharing about what I learned over the past 5 weeks. And that's how the three of us connected and got on this, because it was like, man, so many people relate to that. And so don't look at it as, okay, how can I get the most people to trust me right away? I think what you do is you say, okay, how can I build the most friendships? I'm going to go on Facebook today, and I'm going to build friendships. I'm going to make one new friend today. And so you go in and you just try to make one friend, and you speak to that one friend, and it's amazing what happens.
That's awesome stuff, man. I really appreciate you coming out here and sharing not only your methods and how you've been able to have success, but your story about having success and just your little nuggets about, it goes beyond Facebook ads. Like you're saying, it's like you're speaking to one person, and like that question asked, like how do you get something from people? How do you get? And that's the wrong frame of mind to come from. You got to say, how can I give value? How can I connect with more people? How can I become more valuable to other people? How can I connect with them so that we can build something together? And when you come from that mind frame, I can tell that that's where you come from, and that's why you're having success, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big thing. That's like, if you can come from that mind frame where you're just like, you're not really trying to get anything. I know, like, we're all trying to make money, we're all trying to make sales, and of course, like, that's the goal, but the goal comes as the result comes as a byproduct when you do the process like you've been talking about. So just big ups to you, man.
Definitely.
You really are you're going far places, man. I can already tell you're gonna be speaking on stages, and like it's gonna be sick. I'm excited to see what's in your future, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah, that's exactly. Someone says, I'm not sure, is that Shalita? She says, such valuable info. Have you quit your job yet? Well, I haven't had a job in over 3.5 years. I know Nick is. I don't think you have a job either. I'm pretty sure. Gabe, I know that. I'm pretty sure that you're 5 weeks in. You know what I mean? There's no rush for you, man. I'm sure you're still you're around the corner from not having.
Yeah, I shared a little bit. I actually did quit my job for reasons beyond digital altitude. Like, I quit my job when the time I quit, it was more for personal, spiritual reasons. Like, I just couldn't rationalize, like, if I don't like being here, why am I spending 10 hours a day here? That's all it was for me. It literally just came down to that. Like, I just said, okay, money aside, if I hate this, because honestly, I mean, I just felt like I was prostituting my time. It was literally the only reason I was there was for the money, and I just said, I don't really want to raise my kids like that. I raise my girls to do what they love, be true to themselves, and if they make a lot of money, awesome, and if they don't, then they don't, but at least they can go to sleep at night. It was really hard going to sleep knowing that I could have spent 4 hours doing something that I was passionate about. Like, I love this. I love the personal development I get at Digital Altitude. I love the fact that in 5 weeks, a lot of the stuff that I'm sharing, a lot of the stuff that I know, it's a culmination of my 27 years of experience that I'm able to share with the world. Like, my story's being broadcasted all over the world right now. This will be replayed. I mean, this is cool. Like, this is, I mean, I'm not going to get a dime from this today, but I said, it's momentum. It builds up.
You can, man. You promoted the webinar. It's coded to you. So, you never know.
I mean,
your next prize sale could come from someone on this webinar.
It's true. I may, but I think, the real success is going to be, it's all building up.
Yeah.
And somebody may click on this 4 or 5 months from now, and they may go wow, that really helped me, and they'll reach out to me and we'll do business, and who knows what could happen from there,
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I mean, when you break it down, like it's all about building relationships. That's ultimately what it comes from. It's like, everyone talks about like traffic and building a list and all that kind of stuff, but when you break it down to its most simple form, it's people connecting with other people,
Yeah.
right? You know? And there's always someone that can connect with you. I think I was just kind of going back to that other question was like, how can I get people to sign up? How can I get people to come in when I don't have a story or something like that? I get that objection a lot, and it's like, well, Gabe just started and he's not at $100,000 a month, but he's had some good success. Don't you think someone can connect with that? Like, it's not, you don't have to be uber successful for someone to connect with you. You can just share a little something about your life. Maybe it's just your struggle. Maybe it's the fact that you bought system after system and you struggle, or you went on webinar after webinar and you just struggled. But eventually you found something. People connect with all different types of things. So as long as you're just sharing something that's genuine about you, that other people can connect with, that's the goal. Okay, you don't have to be super successful in order for people to connect with you, and connecting with people is the whole goal of this everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true, man. Because I remember my first few weeks where, I've always, since I've been in, I've always been able to generate about 10 leads a day. And I thought it was nothing because I'm comparing myself to the six-figure earners. I'm comparing myself to the people who are making $10,000 a day. And then I start talking to a bunch of people, and they're like, how are you doing 10 leads a day? It's like the most amazing thing. And I'm like, that's a big deal. And I think sometimes we got to, like, if you're excited about what you're doing, it attracts people. I did a live today where I said, hey, if you don't have it, don't act like you do. Like, what's my story? I'm an internet marketer that doesn't have internet. Like, that's going to be a really cool story in about 6 months.
It's a cool story right now, man.
Right? But in 6 months, like, I can't wait. Like, I wake up for that day. I wake up and I go, man, like, in 4 months, 6 months, I'm the internet marketer with no internet. Like, I can't wait for that to be my, like, that I'm going to sell that for years. It's going to be like, I got a whole speech prepared because I do motivational speaking. Like, I got a whole segment about not making excuses. Like, I'm so fired up for it. I can't wait for
it. That's awesome. That's going to be your tagline, man.
Yeah.
That's sweet, man. This is awesome stuff, man.
Cool. Well, if we have if we have any other questions, guys, if anybody, I know that we still got quite a few people on here, maybe not as many people logged into the comments, but if you guys have any other questions, man, I mean, if for me, Nick, Gabe especially, I mean, this is kind of his webinar, so if you guys have any questions for him, we'll hang out for a few more minutes or longer if needed. Any question. It doesn't have to be even related to Facebook ads. I actually do want to address something real quick. Someone said if someone is short of money and doesn't have enough to pay for ads, social media and meet people like face-to-face. Well, first of all, meeting people face-to-face doesn't really cost anything. What works well? Well, in my personal opinion, YouTube marketing, I guess that's kind of the broke man's way of I wouldn't say the broke man because it's made the money that I've had. So it's like if you don't have much money to start up with, I mean, if you don't have much money to start off with and you want something that works really well, definitely YouTube, search engine optimization or SEO. Okay, I mean, if you're on my team, I provide people, anybody that's on my team, and I mean by my team directly or Nick's team or anything like that. You guys can definitely get access to my YouTube course. If you guys want to get that training, as well. So, and obviously, for Gabe, if you got someone on your team, that, just for coming on this webinar, just to repay you for giving us some awesome training. If you've got someone on your team, or if you want access to that or something, definitely let me know. So, yeah, I would get, again, YouTube has been phenomenal for me. I mean, I get 50, 40, 50, 60 leads on average daily. you know, I've had more up to 100 leads a day at times, so it's good stuff. Any tips on setting up a business page? Also, did you place an ad in a group where you are an admin?
So tips on setting up a page?
Any tips on setting up a business page? That's what she said. Any tips on setting up a business page? Also, did you place an ad in a group where you are an admin?
Excuse me.
I'm not.
Um,
Yeah.
with the business page, it's going to ours is always evolving. Honestly, come up with a brand, come up with an idea. Some people just use their own name. Like I have my own personal. I don't know if you saw. I have like 3 different business fan pages. One's for my motivational speaking YouTube channel, one is for myself, and then one is for the Wealthy College Kids brand. And so just be authentic. Just be like, don't go in it. It is amazing. It's amazing. Like, we are social creatures, and we don't like being sold for whatever reason, and so people just want genuine relationships. So do something that you love, build a brand around that, maybe just be yourself. And that's how I would get it started. I think as far as the logistics and practicals of it, I mean, that's like a whole separate training. But I try to, with my 3 distinct business pages, I try to make sure that if they're not purposely interlocking, that I keep them separate. So I never post digital altitude stuff on, my motivational stuff. I may post this story on my legacy motivational page because I think it's motivating, but I'm not going to promote on that page. I'm not going to put an ad on that page. On my personal page, that's for me, and I may put this on there, I may not, I don't know, but I think just stay true to your own brand and what you're doing. It's a mind shift. Like, don't think about how can I impact the most people. I don't know why it's this way, but when you have one person in mind, you start making a lot of results because it's shocking. It's literally mind blowing. You do something for one person, and 20 people are like, I can relate to that. That's me. Because I think ultimately we're all the same. And like they say, you focus on everything, you focus on nothing. So.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's so true. Because when you do speak to that person, you get to have raving people like, yeah, yeah, like loving your post. Um, okay. Let's see here. Let's see if any tips for finding your own personal niche. I'm not sure. Maybe specifics on that. I don't know what you mean by personal niche.
I do.
Okay, if you want to answer.
Yeah, I struggle with that because I remember like there's a whole target market, target audience, and I would ask my coach and DA like, hey, what's our target market? And he would go, whoever you want. I was like, what do you mean whoever I want? Like, tell me who our target market is. But so a tip I would have for you is start with the group of people you mostly connect with. Another guy asked me this yesterday. So if you got into the online space because you want to travel the world, for me that's something I don't relate to, right? So like when I see like Fraser's post and he's traveling around the world, it does nothing for me, honestly. So but for some people it does because that's what they want to do. So in finding your own niche, start with yourself. Like, what do you connect the most with? I connect the most with what I care about, what I'm passionate about is leaving a legacy, raising my kids and making sure they're better than I am. When I come in contact with people, leaving them better than when I met them or better than myself, That's passionate to me. So these are the people that I attract to me. And that's important because, again, you got to get out the salesman mentality. You're not trying to get everybody. You're trying to get a very specific person. And so start with yourself. Like, what is your pain? What is your struggle? You know, why did you do this? And speak to yourself. Many times when I started to do this, I would just write ads and posts on Facebook as if I was talking to myself. Like if you go through my timeline, I may have some motivational stuff. Believe it or not, a lot of that stuff was for myself. Like I was feeling something in whatever way that day. I think I have one. It's an entrepreneur picture I have on my page, and I was like, man, like I don't know if I want to do this, da, da, da. And I saw that picture, and I was like, that speaks to me. And I got the picture and edited a little bit, and hey, which one are you? But I was talking to myself, but a bunch of people liked it and engaged with it. And so start with yourself, what's your pain, and that's who you can relate to the most. And then what will happen is start speaking directly to either yourself or that person that you connect with the most. So I don't know if that, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that gives you a few tips and pointers. But like I said, don't try to go for everybody. Speak to one person.
That is awesome. I love that. Okay, let's see here. How did you find out about this program? Well, I found out about this program through a friend of mine, an online marketing buddy of myself. I'm not sure. I know Nick heard about this through probably one of his marketing buddies as well, and then Gabe. I'm not sure how you found it, but that's how we found it.
Yeah.
Okay, is it possible? Is it possible to? Okay, what if you're not into making YouTube videos? Get into making YouTube videos. I mean, if honestly, like if you know, if you want to make it happen, I mean, YouTube is the easiest in my opinion. Other than might not be easy mentally to get yourself to do videos, but once you understand videos, I mean, it's way 10 times easier. I think they say it's 57 times easier. Yeah, to rank a YouTube video on Google than it is to rank a website on Google, because videos rank in Google as well. Is it possible for this to work with only free advertising? Is it possible for this to work with only free advertising without making YouTube videos?
I want to take that.
I'm sorry, we keep like, go ahead, go ahead and take it over, man.
Okay, so I feel like we discussed this earlier, but I just want to reiterate it. The whole goal is to connect with people. Okay, that's what this whole thing is all about. You're connecting with people, and then you're sharing a message about a system that can provide some financial gains if you work it, if you know how to connect with people. So when we're making Facebook posts, when we're doing Facebook ads, when we're making YouTube videos, we are sharing a message, and then we're getting people to come to us to see that message. That's only what it is. So I mean, you could get on Facebook and do the same exact post that Gabe was talking about here, but the thing that you need to do, if you don't want to pay for that in terms of money, you have to pay with that in hustle and time. So you have to go out there and reach out to people, and it's not as an effective method, but it's still the same thing. It's just connecting with people, going after people, looking for people, instead of paying money to get people to come and see your message. Okay, but it ultimately stems all from just connecting with people. So it doesn't matter. Like you could go out and go to shopping malls, bookstores. You could do it in person. You could do it online. You can do it on any site that you want. But it ultimately comes down and it stems from connecting with people. You just have to decide if you want to get people coming to you, which is a more effective method, but it tends to cost a little bit more unless you use YouTube, because that is a free method too. So hopefully that answered that question.
Yeah.
Yes,
if I could say one thing on this, I think one, like, don't be afraid of paid methods, even though you don't have the money now, because the reality of it is, I think there's no business on earth where people don't pay to grow it. So eventually, like, and sometimes we ask, like, can we do it for free, because we're honestly just intimidated to pay money, and you got to get over that. Like, I'm actually trying to get to paid advertising as quickly as possible, because I want to spend time with my wife and kids and do stuff. But I'm actually, shameless plug here, Since we've been in this thing, I've actually been I've gotten 3 leads off of Craigslist. And so when like I said, guys, I had no money. Like I had to figure it out. And my first 10 or 12 posts on Craigslist all got flagged. But now I have about 15 ads on Craigslist that are running all over the country, and I get 10 leads a day from that. And I had my first Craigslist sign up earlier this week. She's like on step 6. She's got a notebook. She's taking notes, and she's like really going after it. And so, shameless plug, I'm going to be coming out with a Craigslist little tutorial for you guys. So that'll be available pretty soon. But I'm of the persuasion that if you want it, you'll figure it out. You'll do whatever you got to do. I mean, I even have in my bag, I don't know if I have it, I mean, when I really didn't have money, I just went on campus and I just passed out flyers that just got my website on it. Like, I was like, what do I got to do to make this happen? Like, I don't know. And, you know, they say that necessity is the mother of all invention, you know. And I was like, all I know is I got to feed my kids and I got to make this happen, so we got to figure something out. So, you know, I've been doing okay with Craigslist, and, you know, but do whatever you got to do.
Oh, shit. We got, okay, he had something going
No
on.
worries. I wanted to share something real quick too. I had something that was exciting, just to kind of talk a little bit more about digital altitude and specifics. If you guys have not joined and you're ready to join, you're ready to get started with us, make sure to go ahead and click that button right below this video if you're seeing this on the webinar page. If you're not seeing it, make sure and refresh this page. It'll probably pop up right after that. But I want to share a quick little story that I actually experienced yesterday. I had a teammate, not myself, not Ryan. You know, we've been doing pretty well with this system for a little while. Not one of us, not one of our mentors or anything, but one of our teammates that we specifically brought in had a $500 day yesterday. So that was really exciting to see other people start to have success too. Thank you, Ryan. But the other thing I want to share is because, like, like a lot of us, he struggled for a long time. He bought a lot of different products. He did a lot of program systems and stuff, and never had results. And then all of a sudden, he got into digital altitude. He started taking action. He went through the steps. He was connecting with his coach, and, you know, sure enough, had a $500 day. And this is just the beginning, guys. We always talk about how this is just the beginning. And we have a huge vision for this. We want to continue to bring out people like Gabe that are just crushing this and having their own results, so we can lift them up and edify them and start helping them gain momentum like he was talking about. We want you guys to come out to the Las Vegas event with us. We're going to do a lot of cool things out there and really just get connected with you guys a little bit more and help you grow even more. So we want all that for you. So if you are interested and you're ready to start taking the leap and you're ready to go after it just like Gabe went after it, then go ahead and click that button right down below and team up with us. You know, we got coaches on the inside, these step-by-step process, so there's no overwhelm, there's no confusion. It's just all about taking action, going after it, staying consistent, and just staying along with us. You know, we're going to continue to come out with these webinars every single week as long as our schedules match up. But we're going to provide training for all different types of things, because people are always asking. They're asking that they don't like to do YouTube videos and stuff like that. And that's, you know, we certainly recommend it, but there are other options. Like, you know, I just started getting on Snapchat, and that's something that's very, very powerful, and we're constantly learning more about that kind of stuff. Instagram, you know, Gabe was just talking about Craigslist, our YouTube, Facebook profile training, Facebook ads training. So there's a lot of different stuff, and who knows, there might even be a bunch of different platforms that come out. But so we're here for you guys. We just want to know that we've got your back, but you have to, you know, prove to us that you are serious, and that all starts with getting started. And it's only $1, guys. So just try it out, see if it's for you. You know, that's the biggest thing too, is I talk about, is like, people ask me all these questions and they want to know this and that and this and that. And I understand you guys have questions, but that's why Digital Altitude put it together for only $1, so that you can come in and start experiencing it for yourself. Because we can talk about it and explain it until we're blue in the face, but it's never really going to seep in until you actually get in, get started, get connected with your coach, and start going through the steps. So the best way that you can learn what this system is all about is that you actually give it a try, invest the $1. Once you invest $1, you'll see how legit it is. But if you have that if you're nervous about it, you can cancel after the first 14 days. If it's completely not for you, that's perfectly fine. We have no problem with that. We'll continue to move forward no matter what. But just wanted to lay all that out there so we're all on the same page and understand where we're at. So if you guys have anything else to add to that, I just wanted to make sure we got that all out.
Yeah, exactly. No, man, I mean, that was really good. I'm just trying to read up on here and see if we have I ended flight 2, go love Detroit. Yeah. Maybe, in a couple weeks or something like that, maybe we can do a Craigslist training. I know that I had done quite a bit of Craigslist marketing as well. You have to be very careful. From my understanding, and when I was doing Craigslist, you can only do like 3 ads every 72 hours. So I had multiple accounts with phone verified accounts on different IP addresses. So yeah, I got a lot of leads that way, but it was definitely I was like going to different Starbucks just in the area. So I don't know if there's a different way that Gabe does it, but I don't know if you want to shine a
No,
little.
yeah, I'm gonna be sharing that. I'm gonna be putting together a little PowerPoint presentation and helping people with that. But yeah, a lot of what you said is true. Like, you're not supposed to do more than 3, I think, a day. And Craigslist is really weird. Like, honestly, I don't even think Craigslist know what they do sometimes and why they do what they do. But I actually have figured out a way to, and that I'm just a firm believer, man. Like, when you want it, you will figure it out. And I just like I said, my first 10, 12 posts got flagged like immediately, but I didn't let that stop me. I kept going and going and going, and now I have about 10, 12 posts that are live in different cities that I am getting people contacting me, even during this webinar right now. But I'm going to be putting all that together in a PowerPoint presentation, and I'm going to make that available for people here soon. I am teaching people on my digital altitude team, so if you came here on my link, you can probably, like they said, sign up. I'm giving that information away to people on my digital altitude team as I put it together. But yeah.
That's good. That's good. Paid Craigslist ads, man. I haven't done one of those in a long time. I can't say anything on paid Craigslist ads, but at one time I heard it was good, but oh, excuse me. Again, I can't say anything for it right now. So, all right. So I think that is it. It is. We've been on here about an hour and just over an hour and a half. So, I don't know if you guys have any last words that you want to share, but I really appreciate Gabe coming on. Really appreciate you, dude, for sharing with us, hanging out for a whole hour and a half.
No problem, man. Thank you guys so much. It's really an honor, and I just want to let anybody know, man. Like they said, I just got started a few weeks ago. I was in this webinar like exactly 4 weeks ago, asking these guys questions. So if you're doing that, you are on the right track. You are doing the right thing. I know sometimes when you're first new, you just need to hear that. Like, am I doing the right thing? Should I even be on this webinar? Yes, you should be on. Get all the value you can. And I'm also just a testament. It doesn't have to take long, before you are actually in a position to where you can, help other people out. And that's what we're about. We're about helping other people out, because when you help people, that the people will take care of you. It'll come back to you in the sales and everything, because people are like, I need this person. I mean, so if you focus on that, you'll be taken care of.
Exactly. So yeah, if anybody wants, you should definitely hit up Gabe on Facebook, Gabe Reed. If you, he's a really cool guy to talk to. Obviously, he's hanging out on the Hangout, and yeah, just connect with Gabe, and then hopefully, man, we'd really like to have you on some future Hangouts, man, and get it going and grow with you, and hopefully get a chance to meet you at the Vegas event or sometime. So
absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody.
Awesome, guys. Thanks,
See
everyone.
you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Yep.